start recording. Okay, so I'm gonna do a review first before I go forth. I think we stopped at 4.1.2. I'm gonna start there and go down as we go. Alright, so quick recap from 4.1.2, farming up loose ends or loose requirements. We are still sort of fumbling around at this point, which is normal. So we'll expect a few missteps, but let's charge forward and write down what we know. We've learned that there are two distinct things going on here. We can split out the ideas of a template from the idea of an instance of the template. So a template is a collection of things to do, and my template here is no different actually than this, right? But we will get to this. So first one is creating a template. The phase 2 of creating a supposedly procedure is to create an instance of a template. And an instance of a template is something that you use or reuse, not throw away. Alright, so a run through of a template where we complete the things to do, right? Cool. Okay, the idea of a template, of an instance of a template. Okay, a collection of things to do. This is our template. So we have a list of tasks, and our tasks just have names currently. So names of what to do, like what should I say? Inspect the wing or whatever, something like that. Okay, those are the broad strokes. Now it's just a matter of making incremental steps towards a deeper understanding of what each one means. As usual, we can just pick something and start asking questions, starting at the top with the templates. We can meet with one of our rocket people and ask how they actually use these things. We learned that they've got templates for just about everything. If it needs to be repeatable, there's a checklist for it. Okay, so now checklist. These are for things that have to be repeatable. Correct. So that's our checklist. Alright, and we have a note for it right here. I wanted to do this, but we already have that, right? So, ta-da. Cool. It could be as low level as how much to torque a particular knot in some sub-assembly, to as high level as transforming or transferring flight control to the rocket prior to launch, all of which tells us what we need, that we need a way of uniquely tracking these templates, right? We want to track them as to whether they are these are repeatable, these listed things, or well, this is kind of like an instance, so this is what we use when they're repeatable, and this is kind of like, well, these are steps, right? I think this will have to build more in this part as we go. Okay, it tells us that we need a way of uniquely keeping track of these things. Alright, so we have that. Okay, this description of templates is a good enough start for our purposes. We next prod the rocket folks to learn how they use instance of this checklist in practice. This turns out to be pretty revealing, because they use them slightly different from the informal way you and I might use a checklist. For instance, if I'm preparing for an international flight, I might run through a checklist as I pack, like a socks, passport, toothpaste, etc. But once I'm done, I'm done. In the trash, it goes. However, it is very much not how the Rocket people use checklists. They run their checklist over and over again, often directly back to back as they drill operations. Each time they run through a checklist, they don't throw it away like I do, or just clear it out and start over like I would. They keep them as data. Alright, so when I hear that, like I said in the previous video, when I hear data, I mean they store it, they persist it in the database. But it may be different, it may just mean something else. But that is pretty where I'm leaning. On this date, for this test, we perform these actions. Once completed, they are important immutable artifacts cataloging which operations were performed as part of a particular test, right? So these are immutable after they run this. So this is kind of what a checklist is. So a checklist template is the list of work we want to make sure gets accomplished. Okay, so entabulation prep, so prime something. So these, so the template itself does not have whether or not it's been done. It just have the series of steps to take, right? A collection of things to do or a task to complete for a given thing, right? So when I say a given thing, I mean this, right? So encapsulation prep, I don't know what encapsulation means. Maybe it's a word, we can check it later. But yeah, that's that, right? Prep. I would think encapsulation prep, I don't know. But you have to prime the encapsulator, negate conductor flux, enable gyro control, right? Like these are the steps to make sure that this prep is done, right? So this is, but in a template we want to have a name, right? Right. So in the template, okay, so a template, the way I see it, a template should have a subject. It seems like it has a subject, and actionable items, or should I say tasks. That's how I feel. So this is what a template do. Yank1j, go over here. So this is a template. It has a subject, and some sort of actionable item, right? So we have this and that. That doesn't just look okay to me. All right, cool. So it has a subject, which is this bit right here, template name, and then it has the list, right? So like a collection of actionable tasks or whatever. Okay, translating into a model, putting it all together, right? So now a checklist, or should I say a procedure, from this image has a date and it has whether it's in progress or not. So let's go, that's our checklist. These running, or should I say running number, like an ID. It has a date. It has whether the status has a status. Am I talking in mute? Jesus Christ. This. Okay.